Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, "I Lie Still When I Play Soft Music and Quote." Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. I has never been a noisy cat. He doesn't knock things off shelves for fun, doesn't scream at doors at 3 in the morning, and doesn't treat my keyboard like a warm enemy. Bai is the kind of cat who prefers watching life happen rather than interrupting it. He watches sunlight move across the floor, dust float in the air, and my hands when I'm tired. That afternoon was an ordinary one. The kind of afternoon where nothing special is supposed to happen. The curtains were half open, letting in soft, sleepy sunlight. The fan hummed gently in the corner. I had just finished a long day of work, my head heavy with thoughts that refused to line up neatly. My shoulders felt tight, my breathing shallow, like I had forgotten how to relax properly. I was lying near the window, curled into a small loaf of fur. His tail was wrapped neatly around his body, and his eyes were half closed, not fully asleep, not fully awake, just present. I sat down on the floor beside him, leaned my back against the couch, and reached for my phone. Without thinking too much, I opened a playlist called Quiet Evenings. It was full of soft piano pieces, slow melodies that didn't demand attention. I turned the volume down low, barely louder than the sound of the fan. When the first note played, something small but noticeable happened. I stopped blinking. His ears, which usually flicked at every tiny sound, stayed perfectly still. His breathing slowed, matching the rhythm of the music. He didn't move away. He didn't look confused. He didn't care about the phone or the source of the sound. He simply lay there, still, as if the music had gently pressed a pause button on the world. I watched him for a long moment. His chest rose and fell evenly. His whiskers relaxed. His paws loosened, no longer tucked tightly beneath him. It was as if he had decided, quietly and confidently, yes, this is safe. And somehow, without realizing it, my own breathing began to slow too. From that day on, the ritual became ours. Whenever the house felt too loud, even when it technically wasn't, I would play soft music. Not for Bai, not for myself, just for the space between us. I started recognizing the first few seconds of sound. The moment the music began, he would wander over from wherever he was. The corner near the bookshelf, the spot under the chair, or the warm patch of floor near the door. He wouldn't rush. He never rushed. He would walk slowly, choose a place near me, and lie down. Always close, never touching, but close enough. Sometimes he would stretch out fully, belly exposed without fear. Sometimes he would curl into a small circle, tail flicking once before settling. His eyes would close completely, trusting the quiet. I noticed something else too. On days when my thoughts were messy, I would stay closer. On days when my emotions felt heavy, he would choose the spot right next to my leg. He didn't climb onto me. He didn't demand attention. He simply existed beside me, calm and grounded, as if to say, you don't have to fix anything right now. One evening, I had a particularly hard day. Words had been sharp. Expectations had been heavy. I felt like I had been holding my breath all day long. I sat on the floor, pressed play, and stared at nothing. I walked over, lay down, and placed one paw lightly against my knee. Just one paw. Not dramatic. Not demanding. The music flowed softly through the room, and Bai didn't move. He stayed there, completely still, like a quiet promise that I wasn't alone in that moment. I realized then that Bai wasn't reacting to the music alone. He was reacting to me. The slower I breathed, the more relaxed he became. The calmer he was, the safer I felt. It wasn't training. It wasn't obedience. It was connection. A silent conversation where no one needed to explain anything. Watching Bai lie still when I play soft music has taught me something simple but powerful about modern life. We live surrounded by noise, notifications, expectations, endless information, and we often forget that calm is not something we achieve by doing more. Sometimes, calm appears when we allow ourselves to be still. Bai doesn't try to understand the music. He doesn't analyze it. He simply listens with his whole body. In doing so, he reminds me that peace is not a reward for productivity. It is a basic need. Animals understand this instinctively. They rest when they are safe. They slow down when they trust their environment. From Bai, I've learned a few lessons worth carrying into daily life. First, create small rituals of quiet. Even 5 minutes of soft music can reset your nervous system. Second, Pay attention to nonverbal communication. Just like I senses my emotions without words, people around us often need presence more than advice. Third, respect rest. Stillness is not laziness, it is maintenance. Most importantly, living with animals teaches us to become better humans. They don't judge our bad days. They don't demand explanations. They simply respond to how we show up. If we can learn to slow down, listen deeply, and share quiet moments, like Bai does, we can build kinder relationships, not only with animals, but with ourselves and the people we love.